Hello again, SGBers. I'm Companion Wolf. Welcome to December's Smile Game Builder Monthly Digest, the once-a-month roundup of some news, games, updates and assets related to SGB. This was meant for yesterday, New Year's Eve, but because my work schedule has been so messed up, my body clock is completely out of sync. Instead, I'm uploading it today, the first day of 2018, so I'd like to wish all of my subscribers and visitors a happier new year. But this digest still applies to December, and there will be another one at the end of January. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you can be notified of when I upload new videos. As many of you probably know by now, the exporter for Unity DLC was released shortly before Christmas, on the 19th to be exact. This enables you to export your games into Unity and then convert them to other platforms, mobile and consoles mainly, but there are other platforms as well. This is indeed an exciting and useful addition to anyone wishing to distribute their games on multiple platforms. It's currently on sale for around $64 until the 4th of January, so take advantage of it now before it goes up to around $80. My prices are in Canadian because my VPN is set to Canada, and that means that at the time of this video the sale will be over in 3 to 4 days time. Once my work schedule settles down again, I will be doing a series of SGB Unity tutorials in addition to the regular ones, and I'll start with how to import your game into Unity from SGB and then export them to some of the different platforms. In the beginning though, the SGB Unity tutorials will most likely be uploaded in the regular Sunday-Monday slot, at least until I can get some kind of routine going. The next showcase in this video is Jackson MEIRA'S new Hanging Gardens asset pack. You can obtain this from his website, where he has the entire modular collection for $50. Plus 3 more coming in 2018. So for $50 you will get 10 great packs, modular packs, all in one. He has also produced everything to date for $65, which includes the sci-fi pack and the Japanese gardens. With the sci-fi pack I have visited in a previous video. Be sure to check the description below for all of his links. Here is the Hanging Gardens in all its glory in SGB. You can see how it suspends above the terrain along with some shadows, and its many moving parts, animated god rays, moving platforms and running water. The overall effect is really cool. You can also fill the base terrain with something else, or perhaps some snow. Either way, it doesn't matter because you still get the shadows effects. Now, because all of these are objects, you can't really build the Hanging Gardens on top of another map, as we'll see shortly, but you can create an illusion of another map using images and pseudo parallax effects, which I'll go into in a later tutorial using this same pack. So in the prefab library that comes with the download, all of the objects are under Jardim, Portuguese for garden, once the pack is installed. And you can see the modular components right here for creating your own. You can piece together everything. Now the beauty about modular assets is that you can move them around, rotate them, and even overlap them to produce to produce different shapes, different structures, etc., and they all fit snugly together. It can take a bit of time to piece things together. They do fit specifically to create various shapes and sizes, as you can see when I rotate around the prefabs on the map. I'm not going to delve too deeply into it in this video, because there are still a lot of other things I'd like to cover in this digest. But in the prefab library, included in the download file, you have some of the various templates you can work with. And thanks to one of the most recent updates, you can group the combined assets that you create. In this case, we're just going to copy this prefab and then go into the enter. Now to copy it, you can either right click and paste, or you can press Ctrl V and it will paste on the map. So you can then move the entire group around accordingly. Now, as I mentioned previously, you'll notice that whatever terrain you have your base map will be elevated to the floating island. There's not much you can do about that. It's just the way that SGB stacks objects, but this can be useful for creating large terrains in advance and then fitting islands together in a kind of a patchwork that looks consistent when it's above the ground. And this will give kind of like a half illusion of when you look down you can see the landscape. There is a way that you could do this, as I mentioned, but that will definitely be for another tutorial. So now, if we play test this preset, pre-made map, you can see everything in action. And that's a bit of a weird effect, and I didn't expect that. Again, it's just the way that things are set up, I think. Anyway, It does look really cool and a very nice effect to add to your games. So if you like this, or you can find a use for it, head over to Jackson's site and get yourself a copy of the entire collection, and be sure to support him as well. I'm sure he'd really appreciate that. Blight Dream by Kanao is an SGB game that everyone should play at least once. It's a 3D semi-horror exploration game that revolves around Michiru Onihara. After a traumatic accident, she can't retain any new memories for more than a day. However, once she starts writing them down in a notebook, she becomes increasingly more curious about a consistent, specific memory gap. So she, guided by you, searches for clues around the house, but her brother tries to prevent her at every turn for unknown reasons. I have played this twice, in fact, and enjoyed it each time. I do have plans to play through some of these games, this one included, but somehow never managed to get to have the time to do it. This year, however, I am absolutely determined to start doing that, and so sometime in the new year I will start a series of playthroughs or walkthroughs or something specifically for certain types of games. Anyway, you can download the game for free. I will put the link to its page in the description below. The final part of this showcase is music. Golmont has produced some very good music, all of which, according to its terms, are free to use in non-commercial and commercial games, and you can even tweak them. Furthermore, he says that you don't have to tell him you're using the music, but credit and the link in the readmes is appreciated. Of course, it's always nice to credit someone if you use their works in the games regardless. It's like an honor system where you credit them accordingly as a sign of your appreciation and respect, especially if they are made free to use. And most importantly, do not take credit for someone else's work ever. Anyway, the site evidently is in Japanese, but it's fairly easy to navigate through. These are some of the latest tunes and songs that Golmont has produced. I think this is the music. I will play just a few. And then now I'm not going to play any more of the music than I already have, just in case YouTube's SJWs or its bot complains about copyright infringement or flag it or demonetize it for some reason, as it's happened too many times, even with the free music. In fact, it's happened to me on several occasions, no thanks to their new algorithmic non-AI. Even going back then, I had 2 of my older videos for RPG Maker flagged for copyright strikes when I used my own music, even with the accreditation in the description. I mean, it was all resolved eventually, but it's such an inconvenience to have to go through that. So I just decided not to bother with any kind of music anymore. You can visit this site and listen to the music yourself. I already have a few favourites. If you want to, tell me your favourite tunes from this website in the comments below. And this concludes another video in the monthly digest series showcasing noteworthy sites, projects and assets for Smile Game Builder. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe, hitting the bell icon to be notified of when I upload new videos. And as always, if you have suggestions for future tutorials or any other suggestions, or you just want to say hi, put them in the comments below. You can also visit me on Twitter and Facebook. I frequently put unique content on each that I don't put anywhere else. Alternatively, you can visit the Smile Game Builder official site, which incidentally is not up to date, but in the new year, when things start settling down again, I intend to bring it fully up to date and keep it up to date. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. Until the next time.